So Marvel dropped their cock on the table once again with a new Thor movie, which is Thor Love and Thunder. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed my time with this movie. Is it great? I wouldn't go that far. I barely see it as passing as enjoyably fun, with both times I've seen it. This movie has a lot of flaws that a lot of people have been talking about in and out of social media, which I can agree to some points. Like for one, this is a comedy movie, but it's not really that funny. Like there are a sprinkle of jokes that got a laugh out of me, but it's nothing laugh out loud worthy. The other side of the humor is standard MCU humor where they drag that bitch from 7 to an 11. Hey, you guys remember the goat screaming video from almost 10 years ago? Yeah, you better like that scream cause they're in this a lot. The MCU has been having the quips as a problem for a while, but man, they really brought it down too much here. I don't think the story is bad, but I don't think it's good either. It works for the story, and I'm glad that it's its own story instead of a multiversal issue where the stakes are on the whole universe, not just the main protagonist I'm watching. Villain is bad, steals kids, and Thor must go stop him. It works for a movie like this. In my opinion, this is a very good Thor film, and you can tell Chris Hemsworth still has a lot of fun playing this character. The energy he gives works well with this characterization of this movie, and while most jokes don't land well, I smile knowing that he enjoys telling them. A lot of people want the old Thor back, and I say, no, because fuck that. Because old Thor is boring as hell. Want to prove me wrong? Try to get through the first 30 minutes of Thor. Try to get past the first 5 minutes of Thor the Dark World. Exactly. I like Thor in Infinity War. He had a great sense of quippiness and seriousness where he lost everything but he still got through the battle and went along through it. I like this jokey Thor, but I want them to balance it out like they did in Infinity War. And then there's Jane Foster, who I haven't been a fan in any of the movies. And I can understand why Natalie Portman would leave the series, but she does an excellent job here. Kinda. I don't think Natalie Portman is a bad actress, but I don't think she can act in a movie like this. Not only is it reliant on MCU quips, but you got Taika Waititi's sense of humor along the picture, and she's not that great with it. For instance, from the beginning she's shown she is a serious person who acts normal, and Natalie Portman can work well playing normal. And when she gets the hammer, it is cool to see her being badass and kicking Shadow Monster's ass. Then all of a sudden, she's a quirky MCU character who is trying to come up with a catchphrase and talks like a fish out of water type. And I don't blame it, Natalie. I just don't think she can do it that well. She is pretty hot in that outfit though. Kink aside, everyone else was fine. Valkyrie was good, just felt like she was barely there and didn't do much. Korg is great, I fucking love Korg. And we have Gore, the main bad of the movie, and he was great for the 5 scenes he was in. Christian Bale plays his character amazingly, and he was probably the best thing about the film. He was everything improved from Hela from Ragnarok, just wish they used him more. But hey, the movie was demanded to be cut down to under 2 hours, so what can you do? No. I know I listed some negatives about this movie, which seems to be a lot and pretty huge, but believe me, I still enjoyed this movie a lot. Probably because I enjoyed Ragnarok a lot, and it's basically more of that. Yeah, I enjoy this movie's style of the 70s with the use of music and coloring and the posters. God, fucking look at this beauty. The action is pretty great, especially in the third act. Speaking of the third act, I'm gonna mention some things about the ending and post-credit scenes, so go to this time code to avoid spoilers. You've been warned. I was not expecting Korg to be in a gay relationship with Dwayne. It was interesting. Anyways, I'm surprised that Disney allowed Jane to have cancer in the film and didn't pussy out and use another reason why she had to use the hammer. Also, Natalie is probably relieved that her character is basically dead and in the afterlife, so she doesn't have to come back for the sequels. I'm glad she's died. Hold on. I'm glad she died and didn't find her cure. I'm glad. Why the fuck did I write this? I'm glad she died and didn't find her cure, as fucked up as that sounds. Also, when watching it in the theater, when I saw Kat Dennings come on screen, I gruntly groaned out loud because why is she here? She's only in it for like one scene, so the movie was saved for me. I don't know why I say that. I had nowhere else to write this in the script. Also, those post-credit scenes announcing Hercules to be in the sequel was pretty cool. And also seeing Jane going to heaven to dunk a basketball on Tony Stark was pretty tight. Overall, good credit scenes, unlike Doctor Strange with a and fuck my wife, Bruce Campbell. Thor has a kid now, I should I should probably mention that Gore's whole motivation was about his daughter, so he brought her back to life so he could just die. I wrote in the script, LOL. Thor is a dad now, so I want to know what they end up doing with this. That's pretty much it for spoilers. Got back here with a gallon of milk, kiddo. Overall, what I thought of the movie is that there are a lot of flaws and shows huge problems with the MCU, but I still had a great time. I would gladly watch it again. It's not a perfect MCU movie, I still prefer Ragnarok, but it ain't bad being in second place. But we gotta remember the rest. I'll give this film a 7 out of 10, but it could be a 6.5 or 6, but I really enjoyed it, so it still stays at 7. That's gonna be it. New videos coming soon. I know I've missed out on a bunch of things, but I promise I'm working on things. I really have the motivation to work on scripts and work on projects, and I'm going to Comic-Con, so you guys might see my experience there. I probably could ask Bruce Campbell to fuck my wife in real life, so I hope you guys enjoy your rest of your day, night, whatever, jerking off, I don't know, and peace.
The world can wait.